So Tucker Carlson, I mean, when he was on Fox News, he was quite a trip. But ever since he left Fox News, he's, let's just say he's gotten much weirder, right? So now he feels inclined to like lean into more conspiratorial type things. He thinks in order to like pave a lane for himself in this independent new media, online media space, I think he feels like he has to be a little bit more controversial, a little bit more edgy. That's why you've heard him make comments where he like sucks off Alex Jones on a regular basis. He went on Joe Rogan's show and said that the theory of evolution is basically disproven and nobody really believes it anymore. I mean, just absurd things, right? Well, we got this moment from his show here where, man, this is really saying the quiet part out loud. Like, Tucker, you're supposed to just like hint to this and be subtle about it. But he's not. He's basically going to come out and be like, yeah, January 6th was good. That's the gist of it. Let's watch, and then we'll discuss further.
Well, how did we screw up? You fought your best.
Yeah.
You know, you were on the news every night. I did my best by bad-mouthing her, and everybody at the chainsaw shop did their best, but she still won.
Yeah.
You know, and how did she win? Because we didn't try hard enough. We didn't fight hard enough. Okay. We tried it January 6th. That was that was a very, that was it.
I called you that day, that afternoon. I'll never forget.
Finally,
I was getting my hair cut. I'll never forget it. And maybe you called me and you're like, "You watching this? It's the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen. I love it."
Yeah.
They're sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
You were the only one who was excited about that. And I was ashamed that I wasn't excited about it because you're absolutely right.
Right.
It's the people's house.
Yeah.
What, are you joking?
Yeah.
The crime is going into a building that you own?
Right.
That's not a crime.
Yeah. You guys have totally fucked up life as we know it.
Yeah.
In this country, a nice country to live in, and you've twisted it all sideways and you've got it all fucked up, and wow.
So let's be clear. This mindset right here is Tucker Carlson now helping Donald Trump and J.D. Vance to lose the election. That's what this is. There are two issues where the American people go, fuck no, to the Republicans. Abortion and January 6th / election denialism / extremism stuff. Those are the two things. Those are the two biggest problems on the right, which has had them underperform in every single election since 2016. Overturning abortion with the Supreme Court, the Republican states going even more crazy anti-abortion, and this election denialism stuff, defending January 6th. Look, that stuff does matter to people. And by the way, he also massively undercuts every single bad faith argument he would make about, the George Floyd riots in 2020, and they were burning down the Walgreens, and there was violence in our streets, and we're against rioters. Rioters are bad. But somehow, would you look at that? He's got a little exception for the right-wing rioters, who, by the way, it's way worse than anything that happened in 2020. Why? Because their stated goal was to stop Congress from certifying the election. That's their stated goal. That's what the fake elector slates were about, fraudulent elector slates that the Trump people were trying to do. The Trump team was making phone calls, trying to get senators and Congress people to flip on it and to not certify Biden. That's why Trump said, march to the Capitol. He wanted to throw a wrench in them, certifying Joe Biden. It was an attempted coup. It was an insurrection. That's what it was. By any reasonable standard, any reasonable definition of those terms, that's what it was. And that he likes. So by the way, this idea, it's the people's house. They're not breaking any laws. They're not doing anything wrong. Okay, let's just take a trip down memory lane here and remember what was going on. Here we go.
We're going to give riot warning. We're going to try to get compliance, but this is now effectively a riot.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
35 to 50 be advised, Capitol Police 1 advised they're trying to breach and get to the Capitol.
We have a breach of the Capitol! Breach of the Capitol!
The hang Mike Pence. You heard that. Hang Mike Pence. Jesus.
We need to hold the doors of the Capitol. I need police support. Can we hold the line? We lost the line. All MPDs get back. All MPDs get back up to the upper deck. All MPDs get back to the upper deck.
They were peaceful people. These were great people. The crowd was unbelievable. And I mentioned the word love. The love in the air. I've never seen anything like it.
So this is what he supports. This is what he likes. This is what he agrees with. It's almost like the right is desperately trying to just become repulsive to every normie, moderate, independent, swing voter, apolitical person in the country. It's like they are desperately trying to be despised and to be a laughingstock. Because that's the only explanation for what... I mean, look, I get it. He's in his own bubble. He's in his own media bubble, you know, and he's not part of the cocktail circuit anymore. Well, guess what? Yeah, there are downsides to the cocktail circuit. Like, they all love their corruption and they love money in politics and things of that nature. But the one upside to the rooms Tucker Carlson used to be in is that at least in those rooms they realized, we can't really fuck with the peaceful transfer of power. That's a bridge too far. We can't go along with all these bullshit stolen election theories that are untrue. Remember, guys, this all came out about Tucker over the defamation case. Which company was it? Was it Smartmatic or was it the other one? It doesn't matter. One of the companies that their name was being dragged through the mud by the Republicans, and they were saying, oh, you know, Venezuela stole the election. Venezuela hacked into your machines. You were part of it. You were part of the cover-up. And so they did a lawsuit, and they ended up beating Fox News. But the thing is, it didn't actually get through the process of the lawsuit because Fox News settled out of court. In other words, they knew, hey, if this goes to the courtroom, so much is going to come out of discovery that our name is going to be tarnished beyond repair. So let's just pay him a shitload of money up front. What was it, like $787 million or something like that? I'm blanking on the specifics, but it was a gargantuan amount of money. And what came out in the internal emails that were released from Fox is that Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, all of these people knew that the Trump campaign was being ridiculous. They all knew Trump was lying. They all knew the election wasn't stolen. They all knew Sidney Powell was a psychopath. Mike Lindell was a psychopath. That these are charlatans. These are frauds. These are con men. You know, Tucker very famously said he despises Trump. He despises the Trump era. He can't wait until Trump goes away. He'll be happy when Trump finally goes away. And he was saying this behind closed doors. But and when he thought nobody was watching. But in public, what was he doing? Exactly what you'd expect. Bowing down to the dear leader and defending Trump. And so, I as I said before, and I'll say again, you can't trust a fucking word this guy says now about anything. He very clearly was saying the exact opposite in the emails, his personal emails, than he was in public. That is like peak dishonesty. So you can't take a fucking word he says seriously. You don't know what he actually believes. He won't tell you what he actually believes because he's trying to put on a facade. He's trying to find his lane and stay in that lane. They were terrified of Newsmax and One America News Network stealing Fox News audience because Newsmax and One America News were not afraid to go into the kooky, stop the steal, election conspiracy theories. So they felt a pressure to go in that direction to keep the viewers and to not piss off their audience. If you are kowtowing to your audience like that, you are disgusting. You are pathetic. You're supposed to be the thought leader. You're supposed to be the one who gives everybody the facts, the context, the perspective, and your opinion. Instead, you are just bending to what you think they want to hear. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard of, right? And that's why a lot of these lawsuits worked, you know, or you had, I think Newsmax had to issue an apology and, you know, basically say like, yeah, okay, the election wasn't stolen, our bad. So, but this is what this guy's doing now. He's in the independent media world and he's out there now cheering on January 6th. Well, good luck with that, buddy. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.